Just win, baby.
What's going on, everybody? I know what it is. Your boy ROB Raider Rob here, and you now tuned into that channel, right? Raider Nation Central, where we talk about all things, the things Raiders. Got a jam-packed show for you today. So, without further ado, if you're already new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're already a member, give me a like, leave a comment at the end, tell me what you think about it. All right. So, today, man, we got a lot to unpack. Sunday was a very bad day. Very bad day, man. As you know, the Raiders had their home opener against the Carolina Panthers. A very winnable game. It was a stat that came out, and they swapped out quarterbacks. Of course, Bryce Young was benched, Andy Dalton was brought in, and from there, everything else went went awry. We literally could not do anything with the offense. And I have to say, there's a lot that I want to say, but I'm gonna kind of let some videos play out today, and we're gonna see. But first and foremost, let's just look at the overall stat line, right? Let's just see what the stat line says about the game today. Team stats. Raiders were beating total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, yards per play, first downs, third down efficiency, total plays, um, really all across the board. I mean, penalties, man, time of possession. This was a controlled game by the Panthers. The Panthers did a good job of coming in, effectively establishing a run, and just keeping the Raiders on their heels the whole game. The Raiders second and third quarter did nothing. The Panthers took off, and of course in the fourth, the Raiders ended up putting together some drives and getting some points. With that being said, man, it's just one of the things I think now, looking at the overall stats, we have a problem with the rushing yards. Okay, we have a real big problem with our run game. It's bad. It's a I don't even know what to call it. It's very bad with our rushing game. As far as I know, as much as I know right now, with the past three games, we have given up 171 yards, 151 yards, and now 131 yards. We yet, I believe, and maybe except for the first game, but I don't even know if even in the first game, yet to eclipse 100 yards rushing. That's not Antonio Pierce football. Okay, I think a lot of people are jumping the gun right now. I heard a lot. I heard a lot of comments from fellow Raider fans, also creators. And I want to say this to a lot of creators that's out there if you're watching. Hey, yeah, you're right. Gardner Minshew is not the best quarterback. You want to go with Aiden O'Connell, but you're not looking at the stats as well. The totality of the game is not just what you see through your eyes, it's what's actually put on paper as well. And what the product is on the field. Those who are very um irritated at Gardner Minshew and you want to see Aiden O'Connell because you feel he's going to give your offense a spark. Explain to me, do they play defense? Because why are we giving up over 150 yards rushing every game? Well, you think Aiden O'Connell is going to be able to combat that? Listen and understand the game of football. I'm not one of those content creators or just that want to come out here and just rah 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 rah. Gardner Minshew sucks, Getsy sucks, blah blah blah. I like breaking down the game. Okay. I also like talking, giving it to them from my vantage point and what I see where we lack and where I see that we actually have some solidified teeth in the game. And right now, we're all over the place. So for those who kind of are just, and I'm just kind of ranting on this one, those who are is literally sitting here talking about, oh, well, I told you we should have had, I don't remember the gentleman's name, and I'm not going to put his name out there. We'll probably end up crossing paths at some point. But he was very adamant about everybody that was a Raiders fan turning our flag because he told us Aiden O'Connell was it. Well, Aiden O'Connell didn't win the game. Aiden O'Connell don't play defense. Aiden O'Connell is not out there when you're going 5 for 12 on third downs, right? We weren't giving up third and longs. The Panthers came in with a game plan. They came in not lackadaisical. The Panthers came in knowing they wanted this game and not the fact that they needed this game. The Raiders came in flat. The Raiders came in soft. The Raiders came in like they weren't ready to play football that day. And we're going to talk about that. That's another thing we're going to unpack, right? So let's get up out of this. And I want a lot of people to understand, I'm a person that looks at football, and you won't hear me say that a player in the NFL sucks. I don't play NFL football. The guys that do this, the guys that literally have that type of moxie and ability to discipline to keep playing that, kudos you got. Hey man, we just talk about a game we love to watch. Remember that. All right. You guys sitting over here talking about what you would do. Half of y'all can't get your fat butts off the couch just to even go out there and take the trash out. Come on, man, stop it. So, with that being said, we're gonna go here, and I want to unpack this video with Antonio Pierce that was right after the game. You could sense that he was not happy, right? So let's just go look at this in its totality. All right, bring this up here.
What happened?
No, it was poor. It was just not good enough. Obviously, the crowd was ready. I appreciate the crowd. Everybody showing up. They did their part. We did not. Scheme wasn't good enough. The design of the plays wasn't good enough today.
I want to talk about that. I want you to hear what he said. Scheme wasn't good enough. Design of the plays wasn't good enough. He's leaving you guys a clue. Okay? He's telling you right there. Plays wasn't good enough. Scheme wasn't good enough. He's also blaming himself and his coaching staff. Let's keep going.
What we thought was going to work didn't work, and on the grass we didn't execute, nor did we put up forth, to me, the effort that we had put up in games past.
Hear that? We didn't get no effort. Okay. Is that just a quarterback issue? Help me out. Is that just a quarterback issue? Let's let it play out.
Antonio, you said that you've wanted to be a team that controls the line of scrimmage, and on both sides of the line of scrimmage today, it didn't feel like that was.
Now we got our ass whooped.
Yeah. Any reason? What's the crux of that? Would you say?
We got our ass whooped. We got to put pads on. I don't know. I mean, got to get on the sled. It's the same group that's for the most.
Antonio Pierce right here has no answer for what he could literally say to the media. Saying that we got our bus whooped is as basic as he can say it without calling out names. All right. He's still an OG in the game. He doesn't believe in just calling out specific players or people in his coaching staff, but he's very probably direct behind closed doors. But you see right here, he's not really feeling it. So,
most part, all come back and same technique, same coaches. It's not a different scheme. So obviously we're gonna have to coach it better and be some hard asses on the guys, and guys got to take some rough coaching because that.
Hear that? Antonio Pierce probably tried it their way. Be nice. Let me not be super aggressive, right? Let me not be super aggressive. Okay? Let me just be that coach. But now he knows what time it is. He knows what time it is. It's time to really put this thing to what it needs to be. All right. That's a coach that's kind of frustrated right there. I can tell you that. And he wants to see things change.
Just didn't see that coming on either side of the ball. We thought we had opportunity to run the ball, and we didn't. We didn't do that at all. I mean, we tried, and just I would have booed us too, But offensively, defensively, we didn't do it.
That's something right there. I think I just brought it up earlier. We ain't been able to run the ball. We have not been able to run the ball. We have not been able to establish the run. You guys are upset about Minshew because he's not a pocket passer. Well, guess what Aiden O'Connell can't do? Throw on the run. Improvise. Right? Everybody wants to say, oh, well, we watched him do it yesterday. It's because they playing a soft coverage. They're not even worried about it. The game was handled in the fourth quarter. Come on, guys. You know, you'll see somebody that gets to the 1 yard line in the fourth quarter and the coach just kneels it. Why? They don't need to score. The game's over. They don't care if you run up. They don't care if you add 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They already had 33 points. You had 7. He's not happy with the way that the way that the team is reacting. He knows what he put himself out here for, to win football games, to get back to commitment to excellence. He said he didn't see that. He said that he brought. I like how he brought up the fans. I would have booed us too. It's a lot of talking going on today. Them guys probably didn't get the day off. It's a lot of probably closed door sessions with a few guys that had conversations just about where are we going with this. So I'm gonna let this play out the rest of the way. I won't pause again because I want to get through this video through some of the hit points, and then we'll go from there.
Do a good enough job up front. Not good enough.
Coach, I know you're upset with the performance. How would you rate your concern about the team's effort? It seemed like this is one of the first games under your leadership that the team just didn't seem to show up tonight.
No, they didn't. I think as the game went on, I don't think it was a team. I think there was definitely some individuals that made business decisions, and we'll make business decisions going forward as well.
Antonio.
Sorry, that's the part I wanted to get to right there. Was what he talked about right there. That was that part right there. Let me know they saw something. They seen once it got a little out, once it got to the point that they weren't going to win it, guys probably started making business decisions. Remember, these guys are still at work. Okay, this ain't just for fun. These guys are at work. They're trying to protect their overall investment, which is themselves. And Antonio Pierce is wanting them to play solid football. And if you want to be a football player and you want to be a Raider, that means you got to go all out. And don't get me wrong, I understand guys want to make business decisions because they still have to feed families but this is football, man. It's kind of what you signed up for, right? Not to say I want you to go out there and just completely hurt yourself or risk injury for doing something that could hinder you for life. But I think he wants to see you compete, right? He wants you to compete for 4 quarters because sometimes we don't know how that change of the tide might happen. So that's what I think that's where we're coming with that.
Last week there was talk about maybe some disrespect that was happening nationally and with the point spread, and heard it from the players. But basically what it's asking people to believe in them.
Yeah.
And kind of let them down a little bit today. So where does that fall into? You got to earn that belief and that trust needs to be earned on the field.
Yeah, I think the one thing I've always said and spoken to you gentlemen about, and ladies, is being consistent. It wasn't. We're here right now, and that's not what we're fighting for. That's not what we're striving for. And it showed up today. And if I could say I saw it coming, I would have told you that. But I didn't see that coming. And inconsistent play is something we just got to constantly keep working on.
It seemed like I know you mentioned the trenches, but in the secondary there were a lot of Panthers that kind of got open over the middle of the field and had a lot of space to run. That's not something that we've really seen a lot of out of this defense. Can you explain those breakdowns?
Yeah, I mean, played a lot of man in this game, and there's some zone, and want to be tighter coverage. And obviously, listen, gotta give credit to them. They came out of here and they put their best foot forward, and we didn't.
AP, this offense, other than a quarter and a half in Baltimore, struggled a little bit. What do you think's the problem, or is it something you got to look at film at?
No, I mean, just P and 10, first and 10. I mean, the next down is probably 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, majority of the time. So if you can't win on early downs, teams are going to just keep teeing off on us and have their full arsenal of third down menu, and that's really what you're seeing. So until we can do better, either run the ball, be more productive. Let's just say get there, get some positive plays on.
Sorry, I like what he said right here though, because that's something that when I look at the games, and I want you guys to really pay attention. Right, I'm talking about this Monday, and I usually don't like bringing up other teams, right? But I wanna bring this in its totality just so you guys can understand. Well, he said when he's talking about on 1st and 10, we get a 2nd and 9, and then we get third and 11, or 3rd and 7, or 3rd and 8. We in them first 2 downs, we're not establishing anything, right? I want you guys to pay attention when you guys watch the Kansas City Chiefs, right? As far as right now, they're the most hated, mind you. I ain't no Chiefs fan. I'm from Kansas City. I love my Raiders, right? But one of the things that you really, when you watch them, they of course with the investment into their offensive line, they like working with short downs. Okay, they don't care if it's 3rd and 2. They don't care if it's 3rd and 3. They want to get when they get to third. If it's getting to 3rd down, they can't get the 1st down within the first 2 downs. They want to make it a short down yardage. AP and them tried that yesterday, right? They ran the ball. They ran the ball on 3rd down, like 3rd and 7, right? And then got like I think 4 yards, so it was 4th and 3. Didn't get it. Missed the pass. This is what I'm saying. He wants to get short yardage downs so they can keep working the field. They're not doing that.
On 1st and 2nd down, it's not gonna be good, but we'll got to work at it. It's a long season. It's week 3. We'll go in there into the lab, and we really got to chip away tomorrow.
You brought in Aiden O'Connell late in the game. Is that something that might be on the table moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think the game was kind of out of hand, and got 2 quarterbacks that battled. Let the other guy go in there and see what he can do for a little bit.
Coach, what do you take away as some positives of
Nothing.
today's game? Nothing.
Except for the crowd. Thank you, Raider Nation. Appreciate it. Sorry that we didn't, come and do our part.
So
Right there, that's all I need to hear. Everything else will be, you can go watch this video. It's gonna be all over the place. But right there, that's what I wanted to hear. Is when he said nothing. You can't take anything away from this game. He knows that there was a lack of effort, there was a lack of focus, there was a lack of preparation across the board. The Raiders really have to do some digging, right, before they completely lose their season. I know a lot of people are going to speculate that the Raiders are trash. They can't do this. They can't do that. They're horrible. You guys, we need to do something else. Put Aiden O'Connell in. Aiden O'Connell doesn't play defense, guys. Right? Aiden O'Connell doesn't call the plays. I also think that this speculation of the guys that's quitting is like Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is paid $30 million, right, to be a primary receiver. If anything, he's more upset that he wasn't a focal point, more focal in the game plan. That's the problem. We have to realize, and where we're going with this is to move forward. We have to push it forward, right? And we have to focus on the fact of who it is that we know we are. And right now, we're a football team that just cannot run the ball and can't stop the run. And we can't stay ahead of the chains, right? That comes with everything. That comes with coaching. I know a lot of people were talking about Luke Getsy. Listen, I wasn't a fan of Luke Getsy, right? Luke Getsy. I wasn't a fan of him. But I do think the fact that it's going to be some adjustments that are going to be made, and they're going to try and see how this works. I want to be fully transparent and just say, if somebody gets relieved of their duties, they might be. Patrick Graham is not off the hook on this. You got to stop the run, right? You brought in Christian Wilkins. Yeah, right now Max Crosby's a little banged up. We of course we got the news about Malcolm Kuntz is not playing this year. He's out for the season. but then also, Tyree Wilson and his emergence into this defense is not looking like the top pick that he was supposed to be at. Oh well, you got to rough it, right? We got to move forward. We gotta make the adjustments. We have to get better. Um, my take on this is just I wanted to bring that up, bring the stats up, and what the overall reaction was. I think that for the most part, the Raiders will be definitely looking at other options as far as play calling. I think they're gonna try. I don't really know what they can really do as far as the run game. I think with them trying to figure out the offensive line woes, that's going to be really hard for them because those of you who do know, when you start building your offensive line, you want them to be a cohesion unit. Every position players, usually they're a unit. Okay, your secondary is a unit. Your linebackers are units. Your linebackers talk to your secondary. Your your defensive linemen talk to your linebackers. It's the same thing with the offensive line. The offensive line they're very in tune with each other, and you're kind of moving pieces around trying to see what fits, and you're going to have some learning curves there. So I don't know what we're going to do about the running game. I think Zamir White's a good running back? Yes, I do. He's not really receiving the ball a lot, and Alexander Madison is somebody that I think that is going to be beneficial for the Raiders. It's just he's not going to get a lot of touches of the ball. Where I'm most concerned at is the offensive weapons we have in our receiving core, and why we're not really trying to get the ball off extremely quick for Gardner Minshew, right? Uh, the long kind of drawn out plays and not being able to have a quick check down when something's not open is something that draws concern to me. I know that they want to try and work the ball down the field, and you can take those shots when need be. But outside of that, there's going to be a lot of games where we probably won't be in that type of game. We have not really led a game at all, right? We didn't even lead. I don't even know if we led this game. We didn't even lead this game. This is the Carolina Panthers. Team won 2 games last year, right? So with that, I think we need to start taking more time and understanding where the Raiders are going. I understand Raiders fans. Look, man, so it was a bad loss, right? We suffered some bad losses. We've seen this before, and I know Raiders fans are tired of it. Hey, man, I'm tired of it. But you know what? This is football. You gotta love the game, and it's all its totality, the goods and the bad, man. I like once again, I appreciate the Raiders. You guys are gladiators for going out there doing what you do every Sunday. Um, but if we're talking about overall effort, it didn't seem like you guys wanted to play. And for the people that go out there and spend their money, hard-earned money, that's rooting for you guys, I think Antonio Pierce was just saying, like, you guys, we didn't show up for you. And for that, I respect that. Right? Accountability on that part. So we're in a slump. All right. This week is going to be a very telltale week on how they can kind of move forward and how they play this week coming up. If they're going to come out there with a little bit more energy, a little bit more pop, a little bit more fire, we shall see. But all in all, man, I want Raiders fans to know, like, look, if you're a Raiders fan, man, you ride or die. Like I don't put my flag down. I still say I'm Raidered up. I'm Raider Rob. This is the Raider Nation Central Channel, and I'm not the one that gets to call the shots. Oh well, that's up for other people in that organization to do that. Mark Davis, do I think he's a little worried? Not really, but I think that he wants to see a better product on the field. And for that, I think Antonio Pierce knows that, and we're going to have to work on that. So, with that being said, man, hey, I appreciate you guys for staying with here. Listen to my vent. Leave it in the comments. Tell me what you guys think about the game. I want to hear from you as well as what you thought that the Raiders could have did better. Do you think we should switch to Aiden O'Connell? Do you think we have an offensive issue? And if so, where at? Defensive. What do you think about the defense? I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comments, man. Again, appreciate you guys. I'm Raider Rob. This is Raider Nation Central. And until I see you again, we are the nation, baby. All right?